Hello world. So today I'm going to talk about the love of nature and animals as an ISFP. So I know stereotypically ISFPs love animals and nature, and it is so true for me. I have always loved animals, and growing up my mom hated animals. We couldn't have cats or dogs, and finally, I don't know, maybe I was like 8th grade. I don't remember the details, but my sister and I talked her in to hamsters. So we both got hamsters, and I named him Frisky. He was the little teddy bear hamster, kind of cream color, big black eyes, the cutest, so sweet. Fall asleep in my hand. I mean, I could put him in my pocket and we'd just walk around and he'd fall asleep. And I had him for almost like, I don't know, almost 2 years, and when he died, I was devastated. I cried and cried for days and couldn't go to school that morning because I always would wake up before school, play with my hamster, and then go to school. And woke up that morning and he was dead. And, just bawled, called my mom because she was already at work, and she just told me I could stay home. And yeah, and I remember drawing a picture of him with his date, and I had that picture for years. I wonder if I still own it. I don't know. I carried that around for a long time, and and then when I moved out on my own, I got cats and dogs. Let's see, the 4 dogs at one time was the most I had. 3 min pins and a little Maltese, and 4 dogs is quite a bit. We lived in a city, in a small house, in a small yard, and 4 dogs out here on the farm now wouldn't be so bad. We have 2 dogs. I have a Great Pyrenees. He is like a little over 100 pounds. He's our outside dog for our livestock. He protects the chickens and the goats and the ducks and the cats. And we have a bunch of farm cats, and we have, like I said, goats and chickens and ducks and guineas, and we have 2 indoor cats, and then we also have a little indoor miniature poodle. And I've had parrots, cockatiels, finches. I think of every animal I pretty much have owned. I never owned any snakes or lizards, and I'm not against them. They don't freak me out at all. I think they're gorgeous and cool. I just never had one. But I think of all the animals, I'm most fascinated with birds. There's just something about birds. I don't know, they're so beautiful, and I'm kind of jealous that they can fly. I would love to just fly. Like when I have flying dreams, those are always the best. I love flying dreams where you're just gliding over the city and looking down, and it's so free, so freeing. And I would say my favorite birds are birds of prey. I love eagles and hawks and owls, and eagles being my favorite. I don't know, there's just something about a bald eagle. When I get so emotional. And we have quite a few out here that fly around looking for food. There's a big eagle's nest, like I think 2 miles down our road, in a big tree. It's so cool. Yeah. And I just love being out in nature. I love gardening and being in the soil and digging in the mud, and I feel so grounded to the earth when I'm digging in it. And I don't like even finding bugs and worms, and I'm like a kid all the time, so amazed by all of God's creation. I just can't get enough. I love trees. I think trees are one of my favorite. There's something about all the shapes of the trees and the leaves, and each leaf is so unique and different and have their own pattern and their own little veins running through, and all the twisty limbs. And yeah, I usually plant a new tree every year. We have one on the farm, a big huge cottonwood, and it's probably about 150 years old. It is massive, and that thing is breathtaking. And I'm already like preparing myself that if it dies, I'll be so sad. I'm hoping it has at least another 50 years in it. I don't know. They could live up to a couple hundred years. I don't know. Because I don't even know if I have another 50 years in me. That'd put me at like 90, almost 97 years old. That'd be nice. I wouldn't mind living that long, but yeah. There's just like when I walk outside and I look up at the sky and the fluffy white clouds, and I'm always like looking up there, looking at what clouds remind me of, and try to find, like, remember when you were a kid, you'd just stare up at the clouds and try to figure animals out or people or pictures, what clouds looked like. I would just sit for hours staring up the clouds, and I still do. I'm like, oh, that one looks like a bunny rabbit or a dragon. And I don't know, I have not lost that little kid wonder and awe every time I'm in nature. When I hear the crickets and the frogs and seeing a butterfly or a dragonfly, I'm always so in awe. I don't know. I don't tire of the beauty of nature. And I mean, dandelions, people put weed killer out on their grass for dandelions, and I'm like, let the dandelions flourish. I love them. And I don't know, is that just an ISFP thing? Do you guys relate at all to having that, I don't know, love of nature and the beauty? And don't give me cityscape. Don't give me paved roads. Don't give me the hustle and bustle of the world. I want to be sitting out in nature, listening to all the sounds. It is usually so peaceful out here. I'm sitting in my backyard. We're in like the back 40, and it's still early in the year. Things aren't completely growing yet. The trees are just starting to bud out and get some leaves. But even like that tree over there, that old oak tree, look at the branches on that thing. I just love it. Or that oak tree in the corner. Look how unique he is. He's just beautiful. I don't know. Yeah, I love the oak trees and the little acorns they drop. And I remember being a kid and picking up all those little acorns and drawing little faces on them because they look like little people with hats. And I don't know. Yeah, there's the SE. There she is. There's that SE in my ISFP stack. The colors and textures and sounds of nature. And that is when I feel just most connected in the world. So I don't know, do you guys relate to any of that? Or you don't have SE in your high stack and you're kind of like, don't give me the SE. I don't like physically doing the SE stuff unless it's benefiting my FI. But no, I love all just the color and sounds and the feel of nature. All right, have a great day, everybody.